I'm going to show you about index notation. This is an index or a power for this number, and it's a shortcut for writing 3 times itself 4 times. So if you see that, this is what it means. Similarly, if you have this, you can simplify it by just writing 6 to the power of 2, or 6 squared. Another example would be simplified to 7 cubed, or 7 power 3. If you ever see a power 0, that is the same as just writing 1. So any number, power 0, will equal 1. So even big numbers to the power of 0 will equal 1, or even a letter to the power of 0 will equal 1. Here's an example of something you have to simplify with powers. We've got 7 cubed times 7 squared. If you were to write this out in full, 7 cubed would be 7 times itself 3 times. 7 squared would be 7 times itself. If we were to multiply them all together, we would end up with 7 to the power of 5. So a shortcut for simplifying powers is to add the two indices together. So 7 to the power of 3 times 7 to the power of 2 is 7 to the power of 5. Another example, 8 to the power of 4 times 8 to the power of 3. If we add the indices, we get 8 to the power of 7. Here's one more situation you might meet. Now you might be inclined to try and add the powers here, but you can't do that. This is 6 times itself 3 times, and this is 5 times itself 2 times. These are two different base numbers. Therefore, this cannot be simplified. You can only simplify when the base numbers are the same. Here's another example, this time involving division of powers. We need to simplify 7 to the power of 6 divided by 7 to the power of 2. If I write this out in full, 7 to the power of 6 is 7 times itself 6 times. 7 squared is 7 times itself. If I now cancel out, I end up with 7 to the power of 4. So therefore the quick way to do this would be to take away the powers. Another example, 8 to the power of 7 divided by 8 to the power of 3 would therefore be 7 take away 3 leaves you with 8 to the power of 4. So if you're dividing with powers, you can take away the indices to give you the simplified version. Once again, remember, you cannot do it if the base numbers are different. Here we have some examples of questions you might see. What I want you to do is look at them and decide which ones can be simplified and which ones cannot be simplified. If they can be simplified, work out the answer. I want you to pause now and decide. Okay, let's see if you got them right. The first one, 7 power 4 times 7 power 6, can be simplified, and you should have got 7 to the power of 10. When you multiply, you can add the powers. On the second one, it cannot be simplified because we cannot add 7 power 4 and 7 power 3. We'd have to work out the answers to do that. The third one cannot be simplified because the base numbers are different. The fourth one can be simplified. We've got 8 to the power 5 divided by 8 to the power 2. We take away the powers and we get 8 to the power 3. The fifth one can't be simplified because we're taking away, not multiplying or dividing. For the sixth one, we've got 3 to the power 7 times 3 to the power 8, so we can do it. We can add the indices and we get 3 to the power of 15.